Thank you so much for coming and being a part of Bhakti Space this evening. Please close your eyes and fold your hands. Bring them near your heart. Start breathing consciously. The whole week's experience could have been very good, could have been mediocre, could have been very bad. It really doesn't matter. Next week's plans could be great, nothing serious going on, something really distressing, also doesn't matter. Please just be here for now. All that we need right now is to just calm our mind and tell to the mind that next 75 minutes, 90 minutes, something like that is for your own self. Tell to the mind that this will create a situation to the mind which is actually better for the mind. Just keep focusing on the breath which you are inhaling and exhaling. Today onwards we will be in this room now. This is going to be our Bhakti Space. Let's be very grateful for this space. The opportunity to come together and practice Bhakti Yoga. Please take a deep breath, and as we exhale, we'll be reciting Om together. You can take a deep breath. Om. One more time. One last time all together. Starting with what's called as a Shanti mantra today. It's a new mantra. The meaning is that it's a calling in which the teacher and the students, they want to walk on the path of knowledge. They want to consume knowledge. They want to become enlivened with the effect of the spiritual knowledge. There is a calling that let there be no envy or animosity amongst any of us as we walk this path. Let there be peace everywhere. That's the mantra. Just try to hear attentively and then repeat back. If you are not able to do it, it's first time for you, doesn't matter really. Just give your best shot. Om Sahana Vavatu. Om Sahana Vavatu. Sahanao Bhunaktu. Sahanao Bhunaktu. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Sahaviryam Karavavahai. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Tejasvinavadhitamastu. Ma vidvishavahai. Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us recite the next mantra now. I hear a lot of feeble voices, shy voices. Don't be shy. It's okay. If you have not done this before, that's totally fine. Nobody's going to judge you. Just let the sound vibrations come from your throat. Just feel the surrender in your heart. Just do it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir-bhavati naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Be offering more respect to the Guru now. Please try to repeat. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Take a deep breath. Slowly open your eyes. Krishna, thanks for participating. So we can start with our Gita study. We didn't do the Hare Krishna mantra together today because at the end we need to sing the Mother Ashtakam. So that will take good 20 minutes. So I kept the initial part short. Okay. Yoga, we have put address as this one in the group. Okay. Great. So before we begin today's discussion, anybody had any thought on what we discussed last time? Anything which you want to reflect upon or you reflected upon during the week and you want to share now? Anything?
240, right?
Yeah, we did 240 last time and 241. Krista, what we do here is in the beginning we do a bit of meditation, like how we did now, mantra meditation, and then we study Gita in a systematic way, and then usually we would afterwards sing for a few minutes and then we would take dinner. But now that we have the month of Kartik going on, today we'll be also
This was in the door.
Sure. So we'll be also doing the Mother Ashtakam today and offering ghee lamps. So, but yeah, in between there is this philosophical part where we study Gita and then, so last week we did the verses, 2nd chapter, 40th verse and 41st verse. So that's what I'm asking now, if anybody who came had any thoughts, anything which got stuck in the mind and you kept thinking about it, or Craig, any thoughts from last week? No? Do you remember anything what we were discussing last time?
Yeah.
What do you remember, Yoga? Yes. Shane?
I just got a small remark.
Sure.
Is that I think for people without the background in this, it's very easy to get lost in all this data. So
Yes.
I tried to this week try to focus on the book of Bhagavad-gita.
Mhm.
Is that? Yeah.
Yes.
Because otherwise you just go into a maze.
Yeah.
It's an interesting maze.
Yes.
But you get lost.
Yes.
easily. But-
Yes.
And it's not so long.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of commentary written about it. So
Yes.
that's what I'm trying to do.
Good. Yeah, what can also help, because we usually post our discussions online, if you could revisit with the verse in front of you and then maybe hear what we have discussed one more time, just gets reinforced in the mind. Otherwise, some of the things which we discuss are quite intense, and they may just, you may be like in the class, oh wow, that makes sense, but then you don't remember about it afterwards, it's just gone. Right? So that's my request. You are free to take it, or just one cent suggestion. So what we were discussing last time was that Krishna tells to Arjuna that in this path of spirituality, whatever amount of efforts you put, there is no loss. But even little efforts which you put can save you from the greatest of the dangers. And we discussed what is the greatest of the dangers. Anyone remembers? What is the greatest danger which we discussed about? Krishna tells, this will protect you from the greatest of the dangers. Should I give the class of last week again? That's what happens if you don't read it. Let's make it a habit, yeah? Because we have not got into this habit now yet. That I want to really make this as a study circle. Not just, you come and then we have a good time and then we go. Make it like an actual effort to understand what is being discussed, and not just between us but between Krishna and Arjuna. So Krishna tells, I'll just quickly summarize, that we started last week by discussing about insurance. Remember, we take insurance for life. Yeah, I can repeat the whole class, by the way. Just like how we have different insurances, because we think for the future, we want something to be protecting us, but then we really don't know what's going to happen after. So Krishna is giving an insurance for life after this life, because life is not just ended when we end this life, it continues. So where is the insurance? So here is the insurance. And this insurance is not talking about, oh, you'll go to heaven or hell or that kind of situation, because our understanding is not a single life and then heaven or hell eternally. That's just not Vedic understanding. Life as a continuum will just continue to go wherever the karma takes us. And if someone starts practicing dharma, right, even little bit of dharma, and then we got into the discussion of, before you understand what's your dharma, you need to understand yourself. Otherwise there is no meaning. Right? We discussed about, if somebody gets a new machine, something, you need to really know what is this machine for. If you know what is this machine for, then you can understand how to use it, or what to use it for. So we ended the discussion by telling that we need to really put some efforts in understanding who we are. Once we understand who we are, then it makes sense to understand what we should do. And that's dharma. I gave a couple of examples, like how there is sugar, the dharma of sugar is being sweet. There is fire, the dharma of fire is to give light and to be hot. That's fire. So, like this, if we can start understanding who we are, what is our nature, who exactly are we, what are we, then it will become easier for us to know what is my dharma then, what should I do. Yeah. So, good. Some people are just finding out now. Great, so that was Krishna's words. And then about, we also studied the verse next one, 41, in which Krishna says, those that are having this sort of lifestyle, having fixed one pointed attention, right? Just one goal. Those who really want to be spiritual, their goal is one, not hundreds. Right? One goal. So Krishna tells that as Vyavasayatmika buddhihi. If we really are spiritual, our focus in life is just fixed. I'm going like this. Otherwise, like how we were doing in the beginning, and we want to meditate, we close our eyes, and the moment you close the eyes, thoughts are like all over the world. It's not one thing, right? It's so hard to even focus for 5 minutes. Smallest of the things, disturbance here and there, somebody walks outside, something happens, and we get disturbed. Right? So that's our situation now. And Krishna is saying, if, on the other hand, we become truly focused on the path of spirituality, you want to really understand who you are, your focus will be just, it's so clear then. You don't need to just keep wandering in your mind, where is life taking me and how it's taking me. And that's what we did last time. And next time when you come, please study and come. Yeah? We have Arti and Giri visiting us from Rotterdam. Thank you for coming, guys. I hope US was good for you guys. So, let us study verse 44 now. I know I'm skipping a few, we'll not be doing one by one. I'll also leave a few in between for you to just go and study yourself and come back prepared next time. So let us do verse 44, second chapter. It's on page 137 in this book.
So this chapter is a summary of the whole
entire Gita. Yes. Yeah. So just backtracking, Arjuna was confused to fight the battle, and Krishna started telling that no, you should fight, but then interestingly Krishna didn't just bang on that no, you should fight, or also didn't bang on the thing that no, I am God, you're a fool, I'll tell you what to do. Right? If, let's say, let's just for the hypothetical situation, let's imagine for the second that Keshav is God, right, supreme God. And I go to Keshav and tell that, Keshav, I have these problems in my life. Right? I'm very confused in life. Yeah? What would you do, Keshav? I don't know what to do, what not to do. Life is so difficult. I'm so lost. Nothing makes sense anymore in life.
Visit temple, pray to God.
Oh, really? No, but you are God. Yes. Just for this situation. What I'm trying to say is that if we may not be God, but you can think of your own lives when other people came to you asking for some suggestions. In general, we assume what's called in Sanskrit as Ishvara Bhava, meaning that I am the controller. Right? That's how, and then we start giving them suggestions and guidance with the platform in which I am actually sitting, so high. Then I can give you some guidance now. That's how we think in general, right? So Krishna is not like that. Krishna is a good teacher. He did not start from telling that no, I am God. Just listen to me. It was easy for Krishna because he is God. Right? He could have just told Arjuna that I am God. You have already told that you don't know anything. You are a fool. Arjuna had accepted that I am fool. Right? It was so easy for Krishna to tell that you are a fool. You told yourself. I am God. You have told that also yourself, that you are surrendering to me. Just do what I say. And end of Gita. Right? So Gita would then have 40 plus verses of first chapter and 8-10 verses of second chapter. End. Right? Arjuna spoke quite a lot. And and surrender to Krishna. And Krishna just tells that, yes, very good, you understood it right, you're a fool, I'm God, just do what I say. Yeah. But that's not Vedic way of knowledge transfer. It's really different than how the whole Western education system works. Right? In this, it really doesn't matter what is one's conclusion about God. You can grow until there. You can eventually evolve to understand about God and other things. But knowledge truly starts from understanding dash yourself. Right? That's where it makes sense then. It's about yourself. So Krishna then started giving knowledge to Arjuna that no, you're not this body. Body changes. You are someone who is living in the body. Right? And then once you understand about yourself, then what comes next is what do you do then? So then he shifted the gears to talk about karma. So a good amount of this chapter talks about karma. Have you heard this word, karma? What needs to be done? How it needs to be done? Yeah. That aspect of it. And then of course Gita builds upon it. And the whole third chapter, majority of fifth chapter, Krishna emphasizes a lot about karma. Yeah. How to perform activity. Krishna emphasizes a lot. So, just before we enter the discussion about karma, let us discuss this verse, because this also gives a sort of prerequisite to understand knowledge also. Yeah. So please repeat after me. Bhogaishvarya prasaktanam tayapahruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadhau na vidhiyate. No, it's tongue twister, but just stay with me, take some heart, be a bit more louder, and let's recite again. Okay? Bhogaishvarya prasaktanam tayapahruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadhau na vidhiyate. Let's do it together. Bhogaishvarya prasaktanam tayapahruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhihi samadhau na vidhiyate. So what Krishna is saying in this verse is somebody whose mind is always invested into bhoga and aishwarya. Right? Someone who is always pleased with bhoga and aishwarya. Bhoga is enjoyment, sense enjoyment. Someone who is always invested in thinking, how will I enjoy? And who is this person? It's we. And please don't feel depressed. It's not just you. Right? Even if you take an ant, a mosquito, they are also thinking the same thing. How will I enjoy? Yeah. An ant is thinking the same thing. You don't need a PhD to understand that really. Yeah. How ants behave, how mosquitoes behave. Every single living being, right, is the foundation of it. And because of that desire, we suffer basically. So, anyway, Krishna is saying, if someone is just always invested with this thought, and how will I enjoy? In them, apahruta chetasa, their good consciousness is stolen with this thought, it's just gone. Right? In this kind of person, the sort of intelligence which Krishna was speaking before, what we just discussed last week, Vyavasayatmika buddhi, meaning having single point of attention, single focus in life, that will never arise. Is it making sense? What Krishna is saying? Who wants to repeat?
Well, I didn't really understand.
You really didn't? Okay. So that's how I usually cross-check, right? When I tell you, yeah, I understood. Repeat? No, I don't understand better. Let's do it again. If our consciousness is always invested in the thought of, how will I enjoy, right? How will I enjoy? And this thought has really stolen my intelligence, good consciousness. In that kind of mentality or a person, single focus on spirituality will never arise. It's quite binary, right? You may think that, oh my God, where? But no, there is some hope. Of course, the consciousness is binary, but we can start working towards. Yeah. Eventually, we will make the switch. Yeah. It's as simple as like, yeah, if the switch is on, light is on. If the switch is off, it's off. Right? But yeah, you can make the switch slowly on. Right? But at some point of time, it's on. The process can start. Perhaps it's too much confronting to our ideology of life, because we usually think very high about ourselves. Right? I'm the best creature in the whole existence. Best thing ever happened in this whole creation. And all the different situations which arise in our lives, we basically look at through this lens that I'm all perfect. I'm the best. Everything is for my enjoyment. And this particular situation is not working towards that framework or that thought process. So it must be bad. Right? So good or bad, this is how we process, right? Good means good for my enjoyment. Bad means bad for my enjoyment. Right? And it's not just us. The whole thing is how do we cross over? Because with that consciousness, yeah, we're not going to reach very far as spiritual practitioners. So in this age, then the process of sadhana, which is basically dinacharya, you have to perform it daily. We have emphasized quite a lot about in our previous discussions about how to actually get the mind to do what we want. Mind is agile. It is really agile. It can get tamed. Mind is designed like that. The whole functionality of mind is that it can actually adapt and modulate itself based on how you're training it. Yeah. We can have it. We can become whatever. All it needs is just practice. So if we start doing something on a daily basis, which is reinforcing the other thought process that, no, I'm not the enjoyer. Yeah. So far we have been training our mind with this thing that I am the enjoyer. I want to enjoy. So if we start retraining the mind with the thought that, no, I am not the enjoyer. What are you then? No, I want to serve. Yeah, is it making sense? And then mind can actually get rewired to that idea that no, I'm really not the enjoyer. Not that every single thing in the whole universe is there for my enjoyment. No, it is not. Yeah. We are just a speck of dust, really. If we start thinking that, no, I can do so much, it's all just because of me. Of course we think like that. We think I'm the center of the whole creation. But I'm not really. If Nilambara ceased to exist today, really, yeah, maybe some people will feel bad, some people will cry, but really there is no much difference as such. Things will move on. Yeah. Sun will rise tomorrow, for sure. Yeah. And then, yeah, world will move on. Everything will just move on. But now, I think, no, I'm so significant. If I don't exist, nothing will function. That's how we think. Unfortunately, it's not the case. So the solution is to then actually for many of the discussions, which solution will come to the same thing, that on a daily basis, I need to be able to sit down and train my mind on something else then. And that's called as sadhana, that you train your mind on a different thing. So when we recite Hare Krishna mantra, let's just do a practice. Please close your eyes. We'll be doing Hare Krishna mantra together 5 times. And as we are doing this, every time your mind is just running away, bring it back and tell that, no, it's not time for you. This time, I want to focus on serving. And the whole mantra is about serving. The meaning of the Hare Krishna mantra is that we are just praying to Krishna. Please, Krishna, engage my mind and senses in your service. So let us be in this consciousness and recite Hare Krishna mantra. Let us see if it works out. At least if we can tell the mind like this. That, no, this mantra is not about myself. It's about telling to Krishna, I want to serve you, Krishna. Along with me, all of us together, okay? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. Anybody want to share where your mind was, or any thoughts which you are thinking about, or you had to do some struggles to bring it back, or it went somewhere, or very easy, very difficult, impossible? No, easy?
Easy, yes.
Good.
Easy.
Okay, very good. Craig, for you? It was easy? Very good. So Mipanta, you want to share? How was your experience? 5 mantras, it was good? Keshav, you have to focus?
Yeah.
No deviation whatsoever? Little bit? Where?
Watch notification vibration.
Okay. Good. How was it for you, Arti?
Yeah, a bit difficult.
Difficult? Where was your mind?
It might seem silly, but I couldn't follow the same tune as you were.
Okay. Okay. Mind was just, no, I don't like this tune. Okay. Yes, Giri? Okay. Good. Aspita? Okay.
The first mantra I went and then
Okay.
I really very
Sure.
scared.
Paul, how was it for you?
Also trouble following the tune and mind's all over.
Okay. Yeah, so you want to share anything, Yoga? You know, good? Okay. But this is just 5 mantras. Took maybe 2 minutes. Right? We need to be able to, you don't need to follow this tune, of course. You can do whatever. And usually when we do as sadhana and just as japa, we do it in a tune. When we are in congregation, we do it together. It's better to do it like this. But if you're just yourself in your home or wherever, in a park, or it doesn't matter where, it's done more like personal meditation. So you can just try to focus on the mantra as much as possible and just recite Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Right? Something like this. We usually do 108 times on a japa mala, beads, which can help you with focusing because you don't need to count them. So, our proposal is that with this process of mantra meditation, mind can eventually then get trained, and especially also, I didn't ask the other half of the question. The other half of the question was, we were supposed to meditate on something else while reciting. What was that?
Breakfast.
Please engage in your service.
Oh Krishna, please engage my mind and senses in your service. Did you remember? Yeah, okay. So that is a different wiring to the mind. Because usually nobody likes to be a servant. Right? Usually has a negative connotation. If someone tells, what do you want to become in life? Engineer, doctor, lawyer, this, that. To be a servant? Come on, really? But as such, that's our position. Not servant of some boss somewhere, or husband or wife, or children or parents. That's our usual day-to-day life. But our original position is not that of an enjoyer. We are not designed to be enjoyers. Srimad Bhagavatam, now all the Vedic literatures, they tell them this very simple thing. If you try to enjoy, you will suffer. The outcome of wanting to enjoy is not enjoyment. You may feel that, yes, I achieved something. We were talking about it last week. It's so transient. It just, you hit there, and then it's like, very next moment you want something else. Yeah. So, if we were really hardwired to be enjoyers, we should be enjoying without control. But that's not how we are hardwired. We are not. We are not designed like this. So, Srimad Bhagavatam's, that's a different literature. This is Bhagavad-gita. Srimad Bhagavatam is different. Srimad Bhagavatam's suggestion to us is that don't try to have this consciousness of I want to enjoy, I want to enjoy, I want to enjoy. Stop trying to do that. Stop. If you just stop wanting to enjoy, you will actually be happy. It is counterintuitive, but that's how it is. If you stop trying to be happy, you will become happy. The more you put efforts to be happy, you become miserable. Because all our definitions of happiness, they are not right. Happiness is something, once you achieve real happiness, I'm speaking about now, real happiness, once you achieve, you should be able to stay there. That's the meaning of happiness. Hypothetically, somebody wants to, let's say, get an iPhone 16 Pro, Max, whatever. Right? If that's the definition of happiness, once you get it, you should be just living there. But then next year when 17 comes, right? No, I want 17 now, Pro, Max again. Right? That's not really enjoyment. It's not really happiness. It's just transient feelings which we think ourselves to be, I'm enjoying. It's not really enjoying. So, real happiness is a state of existence in which once we attain, we stay there. At least understand that. And that's where we should be really focus our lives to be. I don't want to enjoy these things which everybody is thinking they're enjoying. I want to attain real happiness, eternal happiness. That's the goal of my life then. But then, it's on a different platform. It's on a different framework of existence. It's not on the framework of existence that, oh, I want to enjoy better, so I'll do this. No. If we stop that consciousness, that thought process, then I can actually focus on what's really essential for life. Spirituality is not really for weak-hearted people. If someone is really, not having strength in the heart, the core substance is really not strong, spirituality is not for them really. You have to be really robust enough to be a spiritual person. This is not for people who are like, no, something here and there happens, I'll just do something else then. I went to these Bhakti Space sessions, I started doing this, but really nothing really improved in 3 weeks or 5 weeks or whatever. I better do whatever I was doing before. I can promise you that nothing will change much in 3 weeks or 5 weeks. In 3 years or 5 years, for sure, some things will change. Not everything, but some things will change. Right? And 30 to 50 years, a lot more will change. Right? And maybe 3 to 5 lifetimes, many other things perhaps also will change. Could be also this lifetime, but it depends on my sincerity. Yeah. So we are not selling a magic mantra here. No. And you take it and then, yeah. There can be a magic if we really apply ourselves fully, sincerely. But unless we do that, it's going to be a difficult journey. And I need to be able to sit down every day, at least start with at least 5 minutes of it, the mantra. 108 times, it's like 6 minutes maybe. 5.5, 6 minutes. Start with it. And while reciting the mantra, try to be in this consciousness. Oh, Krishna, I really want to serve you. Yeah, you may not know Krishna right now, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine, totally fine. You will get to know. Yeah. We did this exercise a couple of weeks ago, right? How many of us have a favorite music here? Like favorite, this is my favorite song. You don't have a favorite song in your lives? No. Keshav, you have a favorite song? No?
Can't decide.
You can't decide, but you at least a few of them? Yeah. How many times have you heard these songs?
So many.
Many times, right? The more you heard, first time you saw it, oh yeah, looks interesting. You heard second time, and third time, and fourth time, and fifth time, 100th time, and 1000th, and that's how it became your favorite. It's there in your favorite list there. Right. So that's how we should take this process. Yeah, there is some interest in Hare Krishna mantra. It is not my favorite yet. Yeah, it's so far away from being my favorite. But I just keep doing it. Why? As such, if you are an intelligent person, there is no other choice. Because if you are really intelligent, it's very easy to understand that you are insignificant. It needs some intelligence to understand that you are insignificant. If you are intelligent, you can understand this, that you are insignificant. And the creation is already functioning, it's sustained, it will continue to go on with you or without you. What's your dharma as an insignificant speck of dust? If you really think about it, there's nothing else other than surrendering to the Supreme. Yeah. It may be really confronting to hear about all these things, but we have been living in a bubble in which we think, no, I am the most significant thing here. I want to enjoy. The whole thing is about me. I want to enjoy. That's just a bubble. It will break one day or the other. It will not be last longing. Yeah. So that was Krishna's statement here. If someone is just thinking about his own or her own enjoyment, for them it's impossible. It is not that it's difficult. It's impossible to have fixed consciousness, to focus on spirituality. It's impossible. Yeah. At least theoretically I need to understand, and then I can have some hope there. Okay? Any thoughts on that? No thoughts. Nilambara, it's too much. No thoughts?
Yeah, I get a question.
Sure.
Nobody else does.
Yes.
What about, I see you in the Sankirtan, really looking happy and blissed out and that. But that's okay, right?
Yeah, that's a different, again, if I'm doing that for my own enjoyment, it's also wrong. Right? But then so the whole mantra is having a different meaning. So if I'm really immersed in the mantra with its meaning, Krishna, I want to be a servant. I want to serve you. Yeah. You will get happiness and you can experience it also. Otherwise also it will give some happiness, but it's not really spiritual experience. It's still material experience. I want to enjoy through. Yoga is a very famous thing in the world right now, right? What is yoga? Yoga means a union. Right? Union between what? A union doesn't have sense if it's just one person, right? There has to be some other party. What is the second party here? One is yourself. Who is the second party? Union means there has to be two parties, at least two parties, right? And then there's meaning to the union. Yoga means to unite. If there is only one party, where is what to unite with what? So there must be at least two parties. But the entirety of world of yoga, they do yoga with how to become fit, right? Be more, how do you say this, sportive, flexible, right? Huh? Live long, enjoy better, right? So, it's upside down. To actually unite with the summum bonum, with the supreme divinity which is there all around, I need to surrender. Otherwise I can't unite really. And when I need to surrender, I can't be having this same thought process that I want to enjoy also. I need to be able to give that up. No. My existence is a part of larger plan for myself and I just contribute. There is a Sanskrit proverb which asks humans, when the river flows, it does not keep anything for itself. I don't know, I'm also keeping something for myself. When there is a fruit tree, an apple tree, or a grapes a plant, or a mango tree, or whatever, when they give fruits, they don't keep anything for themselves. That, 20 mangoes for myself, 30 to you. They don't keep anything. So this Sanskrit proverb, it asks humans, oh human, what are you doing? Right? Your whole existence is just wasted in thinking, how will I enjoy? How will I accumulate so much? And I myself, it's all for me. What is it for? Myself. Right? Even when people do charity, they want their name to be there. Right? What sort of charity is that? Right? People give so much of donation, but then make sure their name comes on the top. If you go to, I don't know how it works in Dutch universities, but in US universities, every department, Department of Electrical Engineering, Computer Engineering, or Computer Science, or whatever, doesn't matter. There is a donor, right? It's in their name. Right? This school of this. Because that person has given millions of dollars in establishing that. So the whole family name is etched for that. And to really think about all these things, right? How much deep-rooted it is in our hearts. It's all for me. Whole creation is for me. For my enjoyment. No, it is not. In fact, nothing is for us. Yeah, we can, of course, utilize things in just to make sure that body stays intact and everything is well suited for our service, but that's how our wiring should be. That yes, I eat, yes, I drive car, yes, I work, yes, I get salary, but I'm not the focus of this all things. I do all these things. Focus on my life is not my enjoyment. Yeah, because I want to be spiritual. Anyway, let's take verse 47. What's the time, by the way? 8? 8? 8, 2. Good. So let's take one more verse. We can pick it up again next week. 47. So famous verse in Gita is also most wrongly interpreted and misused verse in Gita. Let's try to see if we can put right perspective there. Please repeat. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhur mate sangostva karmani कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फलहेतुर्भूर् मा ते संगोस्तु कर्मणि. Let's do it together. कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन मा कर्म फलहेतुर्भूर् मा ते संगोस्त्व कर्मणि. So, there are 4 different statements in this verse. The first one is, if we hear whatever we discussed just so far, the very next question which may come in our hearts is that if this is how it is, why should I do anything in life? Right? You're not the enjoyer, you're not controller, nothing is for your enjoyment, you're not wired like this, so why should I do anything then? I'll just be idle. Yeah. You may think like that, right? If I'm not supposed to be enjoying, why should I do anything then? I'll simplify it. If somebody tells you that you go slog like a donkey in your office, you get 0 salary. How many of us want to go? You want to go? Maybe tomorrow morning? You will not go tomorrow morning anyways, but Monday morning. You want to go still? No? No, right? 0 salary. You can work whatever, it doesn't matter. No salary. You want to go? Sure. Would you like to go, Craig? No salary. You can work whatever, doesn't matter. It's your karma. No salary. Right? So you'll be like, why should I go and do that? I go and work in this office because I want to get salary. If somebody tells you there is no salary here, why do you work? You'll be like, I better not work then. Isn't it? So that's very logical thinking. But karma is a bit different from occupational things which we do now. Yeah. Karma is that activity which you do when you understand yourself and when you understand your dharma. That's karma. And you have a right to perform that activity. So it's all intertwined. You can't separate the existence of Atma from Dharma from Karma. They are intertwined. You can't really take one of them and start understanding. The purpose of life needs to be understood. You need to understand yourself, and then you'll understand what I should do. And that's called as karma, and you are entitled for that. Right? Even though you don't possess anything as such, still you have an entitlement for karma. Karmani eva adhikaraste. Adhikara means entitlement. Right? You have entitlement for this. Ma phaleshu kadachana. But Asmita, Arati and Keshav, you are only entitled for karma, not the result of karma. Result could be whatever. It may be favorable for you, good for you, bad for you, doesn't matter. You are not entitled for that. Karma, you're entitled. Please understand, this karma, we are not talking about occupational duties which we do right now outside. As a computer engineer or a banker or doesn't matter whatever. Right? It is not this. This is like, we are already conditioned like so much, thinking that I'm this body, and we have one more layer of conditioning now. Bigger conditioning, thinking that, yeah, this is my duty. If they would stop giving salary, you would like run away from that company. Right? So, that's just basic thing which we are trying to figure out. This one, what we are doing, literally falls into the bracket of eating, mating, sleeping, defending. That's what it is. It's not really karma. It's a basic thing of life, what we are doing. So, you have entitlement for your karma, but results, even when you understand your purpose of life, yourself, and you act, even then, what's going to happen for your actions, you are not entitled for that. Ma phaleshu kadachana. Don't think that you are entitled for the results also. Everything has to be favorable for you. Yeah. So first part was you are entitled for karma. Second is results are not just how you think it to be. Third, ma karma phala hetur bhur. You are not the cause of the result. Yes, you are doing your actions. Hetu means cause. But you are not the cause for the results. Karma phala, which is the result of the activity, you are not the cause. Ma karma phala hetu. Mate sangostu akarmani. Just because you understood first three, 1, 2, 3, don't now go into the situation that, oh, I don't want to do anything now. Because anyway, even if I do something, don't do something, I am not supposed to be getting the results, or results are not supposed to be always favorable to me. Why should I do anything? So Krishna is just concluding that verse by telling, don't get attached to this idea that I can just do nothing then. Because you'll have to do something anyways. You have to breathe. You have to breathe. There has to be some air. If you want to continue to breathe, you need to also eat. Right? So you'll continue to do something anyways. Some actions is going to be happening anyways. So this verse is revealing on many aspects and can act as a guiding principle for life. Of course, our occupational activities, whatever we do, perhaps is not really dharma, is not aligned with dharma or karma, but still, even there also we see so many times things are not really how we like it. Right? So at least we can apply the principles. Understand, not every time I put the best efforts, I need to get the best results. So principle we can start. And then on the side note, I need to also start putting some efforts in really figuring out my own dharma and the associated karma with that. It took me a lot of time in my life to eventually figure out that my dharma in life is to be a teacher. And then associated karma with that is teaching. Now, whether it's one person coming to Bhakti Space, or 0 persons, or 10 people, or doesn't matter. And this is one of the programs which we run. Whole week we have so many programs all around the Netherlands. So if people come, they don't come, that's on them. My duty, my effort is just being present, maybe a bit late or bit whatever. My always has questions. Nilambara, come on time. Yeah, maybe a bit late, but I go there. People show up is on them. It took me a lot of time to come to this conclusion. We have done a lot of Bhakti Space in which there was no one. No one came. Especially the initial ones which we were doing in Meditashi town. No one was showing up. At least when we moved to Karunika, at least some people started coming. It's better, more central to Amsterdam. Anyway, the point which I'm trying to say is that it will take a lot of efforts from your side to understand how is your psychophysical nature, what exactly you are, and coming up with this answer can take quite a lot of time. People always ask, Nilambara, what do I do? How do I understand my dharma? I can give some tips to figure out. Your dharma needs to have a few components checked. First thing, this is something which is natural for you. Right? And you don't expect anything as a benefit out of this. Right? It's very natural. You have the inclination by your own nature to just perform this activity, and you're happy doing this without any expectation of result. Right? You're just doing this, you're happy. You don't need to get something out of that. And third and most important thing, there has to be a social contribution with this activity. Because the entire Vedic system is built with this theme that everyone is just contributing. And when everyone contributes, everyone gains. Right? And that's how the system was set up. If everybody is contributing, everyone is also gaining, because it's not just me contributing, everybody else is also contributing. So everybody gains then. Right? So 3 things I mentioned. 1, social contribution, but that was the first one.
You were without herself.
That was second. So first one is very natural to you. You have a natural inclination to perform this activity. Second, you're happy just doing it without expecting any personal gain in terms of money or other things or name or fame or whatever, right? You're just doing it because you're finding your happiness there. When you're doing that, you won't be looking forward for vacation, for weekends, for anything, because this is just natural for you. You're happy about it. Right? And then third, there has to be social contribution associated with it. Otherwise, people may come and tell me that, Nilambara, yes, watching football is really my dharma. I'm so happy. It's so natural for me. I just need to turn on the TV and just sit there. Right? Where is the contribution? Nothing. So, that's my suggestion. You can take it or leave it. It's up to you. But if we can start thinking a bit on that direction, I know this is not direct spiritual practice, but the beauty of that we'll study in the next verse, which I'll keep it for next week. Actually, for the week after, because next week we have Diwali celebration in our home. All of you are most welcome. Please come and participate. Same time, but in our home in Hofdorp. So, for the week after that, then we'll come to this. And you need to please sit down and study these things. And when Yogamaya posts this, just please hear to this again. Otherwise, you'll forget again, and then you'll not remember, and then come back, and then I have to again give a huge. Yes, next week.
Then Diwali here.
Oh yeah, we have Diwali here then. So, but then we can still discuss one verse at least, and then we move on to the Diwali festival here. So we have Diwali festival here also. We come to 2 weeks from here. Okay, good. Any thoughts from what we discussed today? Questions, comments? Nothing?
I always have a question.
Sure,
Comment, but,
sure.
but I'm kind of hogging things, I think. But
Okay, let's see if somebody else wants to tell before Shane tells something.
Just a thought.
Mhm.
That when you said that those are the things that we have to do, like going to the office and work, which means that probably every work is not karma. Every karma is work. That's like not everything that we do cannot be karma.
Karma has a very different meaning. Occupation is different. Karma is not work. That's how it's loosely translated, but it's not just work.
So is it only occupation that we can?
What we are doing right now is occupation. We can put it like that. Because we just, and this traditionally is the function of in the society. There were categories of people with different consciousness. So Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. And this is a big topic because the West, when they came to India, or even the other people who came to India, they just could not understand this social setup, how it was. This was not based on birth. Right? This was based on one's own occupational inclinations and one's own guna, the nature which one has. So they could choose. I want to be a Brahmana, to be a Kshatriya, to be a Vaishya or a Shudra. Brahmana, traditionally they are teacher class, more intelligent in terms of spiritual knowledge. They are happy just sharing knowledge with everyone. Kshatriya are the administrators, inclined towards protection. They want to give protection. They want to establish a society wherein spiritual life is focused. Vaishya are more towards trade, business, right? Agriculture, cow protection. This is what Vaishyas would do. And Shudras would not have a brain or an intelligence of themselves in which they could choose of one of these three, and they would just go and serve other category of people. But the society was not divided based on, oh, this is less, this is more. Nobody would tell that. As I said, the whole society was built with the understanding that everybody contributes. How you contribute is up to you. Right? If somebody is really intelligent and spiritual and really want to share, be a Brahmana. It really doesn't matter whose son they are. it became, the whole thing of Varnashrama became caste system with Western influence. It was not like this before. Yeah. And Varnashrama is it's a scientific process. You look at Google or Meta or any company, how is it set up? Right? There is an execution class, there are administrative class, people who are laborers who are hitting computers, and there is people who sweep the floor. You can't tell that this is a discriminative system, right? Yeah, every single company in the world works like this. There is a CEO, there is a CTO, there is C-level people, right? And the people who are like very senior managers, senior everything, right? They execute the orders of the CEO and CTO. And there is people who are just like us mostly, who do the computer hitting. And then people who are coming to just clean the floor and keep the office tidy and neat, right? This is how every single company works. And that's basically what Varnashrama is. Now, you can't tell that this is discriminative, because if someone is qualified to be an engineer, yeah, you can be an engineer. If somebody is qualified to be a CEO, yeah, you can be the CEO. Not that the son of the person who is sweeping is going to be a sweeper. No, he can also become educated and he can become a CEO, right? That's exactly what Varnashrama is. It's very scientific. Now, the whole karma is then, it sort of falls into that understanding of, you need to understand your own self. Yeah. So what we do is mostly, I just need to exist, sustain. I need to somehow or the other eat, sleep, and that's what should I do? I need to go and work somewhere. Yeah. So it's a very different system. Okay. We can discuss about it. Yes, Yoga. What's the time? 8:20, sure. Yes, Shane had a question. We'll end with that.
We have time.
Yeah, we can end with this.
Okay. So you said you found your dharma,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there are other things in your life which are very important, obviously. Your family,
Yeah.
your career, obviously, and is your dharma like way more important than those other things?
Well, this is also frequent question which is asked to me, because I have a job which is also very demanding, and I'm a part of management team and technology director in a company, and have a family now have a baby, and so many times people are like, Nilambara, so what is, how are you doing? So also a long, short Shane, it took me almost 17, 18 years to figure out that I should not live a fragmented life. I'm a spiritual person in this part of my day. I'm an executive in this part of the day. I'm a family man in this part of the day. I'm this in this part of the day. I'm that in front of that. No. Most of the times our life is shattered because of this fragmented life. I just think, I need to do this. And everything is a burden then. Spirituality is a burden. When I'm doing spirituality, I'm thinking of my office. I'm doing office, I'm thinking of family. I'm doing family, I'm thinking of job. So, right? It's just a burden. Every single thing is a burden then. Because I have fragmented myself into this. And then the whole question is, how do you balance? Right? And there are like seminars and workshops and podcasts and everything. How do you balance? Right? You don't need to really get into this kind of life. You asked me, so I'm giving my opinion on this, right? This is not from Gita. So this is my opinion. You don't need to live life like this. You can also live a life which is holistic. One life. Yeah. And for me personally, I try to live a spiritual life as no matter where I am. And otherwise, it really doesn't make sense. If I'm trying to teach humility here, and I'm like the most arrogant idiot outside in the office, it doesn't make sense, right? And I come to Bhakti Space, I teach. I want people to become really humble, really grateful, really everything, and then I go out, I'm just a boss, right? It doesn't work out. Sooner or later, I'll just break. I can't really run that show for long. And the same thing with the family. So I won't tell that I have succeeded fully, but at least I try to live a life which is homogeneous all across, just everywhere. And this is Nilambara. Doesn't matter you see him in this office here, this here, in Bhakti Space. That's what Nilambara is. So, and just to understand this simple thing, it took me like 18 years in my practice of bhakti. Right now I'm 37, 38, but just to understand this aspect of life took, even after starting practicing spirituality seriously as a day-to-day practice, which is since last 20 years now. So after 18 years, I at least came to this understanding that I should start living a homogeneous life, like a life which is just one plane and not just divided. So that's my few bits on that, if that's okay.